This month in drinking history. Ha, 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 ha.
Hello and welcome to This Month in Drinking History, a drink-along comedy game show where we don't know the outcome. Think about it as a pub quiz on heroin. No, don't think it that way. Never mind, we'll move on. So the first round is going to be Who Drinker Cheers. That's when our panel introduce themselves, tell us what they're drinking, and tell them what their cheers are going to be. So, Craig, please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Craig Wilson, famous comedian and musician that everyone's heard of. I'm drinking. Stop laughing!
I'm enjoying the banter.
My name's Craig, by the way. I'm drinking 19 Crimes Chardonnay in a can. Because
why the fuck not? Right.
Yeah, classy. Eliott and I went across to the shop and we were like, oh, cans with serial killers on them. That's great. I love that. I'll have that. And my cheers is I asked the Polish person I work with what a really cool cheers would be in Polish. So I hope I don't butcher this, but I've heard it will make me sound cool if I say it is Shushu Piszorek Ispak.
I'm loving the fact that we've got a new round in here and you have to shout that before you answer.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe just go for shoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm living it. Craig's living life on the difficult level. I'm enjoying that. And your Who Drinking Cheers. Thank you very much for that. So we'll move on.
Fantastic, guys. Hello, my name is Jay Lynch. I'm marveling at the fact that Craig is drinking a beer with serial killers on the can when his favourite serial killers have big cans as well. It's his own little thing. He loves Monster and all that kind of stuff. My name is Jay Lynch. I'm a stand-up comedian, hoster in the Bungo in the Basement, and all-round Irish man, as in I'm fat. And I am drinking a lovely can of Tennent's on a Monday afternoon.
Oh, there
you go. Keep it. I've
been
great.
Yeah,
this is my visa. Yeah.
I'm loving the fact we've got English, Irish, and Scotsman on here. We are a joke already. I mean, come on.
And we're in a bar.
And we're in a bar. Walked into a bar. Yep.
Brexit means Brexit.
So my cheers. The last time I was here it was Sláinte. That's a bit hack at this stage. So I've gone for equally a weird one. So I'm going to be saying Sreech, which is cheers backwards in remembrance of the great David Lynch who died last week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to say that in the weirdest way I can each time. And maybe hang out with Laura Palmer.
Okay, again, these are all great ones that you have to shout out later. So tremendous. And we'll move on.
Hello, I'm Billy Kirkwood, stand-up comedian and person. And I am drinking
Are
water.
you sure? Are you sure?
At this point, human man is what I'm going for.
Fucking hot takes tonight.
And I'm drinking water with such delights. And my
He's a
cheers...
designated driver.
Exactly. And my cheers would be... Really, Marjorie? Just slide your whore sister across the floor. Maybe Christmas can begin. And I will be more than happy to shout that before. Furnish you with a very much a wrong answer.
Maybe we could just go for really Marjorie on that one. So, now we're all
You don't know a
acclimatised to
sister.
stuff.
You don't know a sister.
Now we're all acclimatised to ourselves for shouting. Let's move on to the first round. So we had Who Drinker Cheers. We'll move on to this month's reason for drinking. So, Billy.
I'm going to go with Trump becoming president.
Yeah, that's great, isn't it?
Because it is simply ridiculous. I watched the inauguration just before we came and did this, and there is a bit where they're just letting him ramble. They're just letting him ramble in a way like you wouldn't want an open spot doing at the end of a set. Like, it's really nightmarish. And he said, I love these. And as someone that has ADHD, right, the intrusive thoughts, I try my best not to let them out. But this was a guy that was rambling like, and we're going to put them down like dogs. And say, why did dogs get the wagging tails? Why we could get the wagging tails? We've got good people working on the wagging tails. Exactly. It's just going on. And it's a nightmarish idea that this man is in charge of the free world. Already some of the bills that he's putting through. Sorry to bring politics into it for just a second.
This isn't politics. This is just general fucking self-preservation.
Oh my
this
god!
time,
Like,
isn't he?
but even stuff within his own government, like they will only be 2 recognised genders if you work for the U.S. government.
What are they? What has he chosen?
I think
Trump and others, Trump.
I think he's gone with his head and everything else.
I think it's the Saudi Arabian model as well.
Yeah, exactly,
You
exactly.
gotta
So
hit it
yeah,
on the head.
it's just a terrifying state of affairs that a man that can't hold us. And what, Trump is like 78, 79 or
I
something?
mean, I've got him in the death pool, so I'm kind of, come on.
Oh.
I'm sending him burgers.
There was a bit where he started rambling, talking about weird things like, and what about soda streams? Everyone's going to get a soda. Oh God, here he goes, he's having a stroke.
He's
having a stroke.
Turned into Oprah. You get a soda stream, and
Yeah.
you get a soda
I
stream.
just wanted
and
to
you
really
get a
go like, and I never completed my football sticker album from 19. I never got Ian Jess from Aberdeen. That is the only footballer I can think of.
Do you know what? The only redeeming thing about Trump is everyone can do the impersonation. That's the only thing.
I've been working on mine slightly, so don't
But that's it, everyone. It doesn't matter how bad it is. It's probably better than how he sounds. That's
I think it's going to be good to see like Trump 2.0, like a second term. That like what is so sure the accent's going to say the same, but what's he going to be saying? You know,
Well, see,
that's
the
good.
fucked up thing about
He doesn't
all,
give a shit
all
anymore.
the first termers want to do is get a second term. That's
Exactly.
their entire job. And the second term,
Usually
I know,
consecutively, though.
but the second term is usually about legacy. But this motherfucker does not care.
No,
Yeah.
that's
You know
what I'm
what I mean?
saying.
So
Yeah,
does
yeah.
not give a shit. So this will all be lying in his pockets.
He's been shot in the head. Didn't bother him. He's going to be doing
It's
whatever
amazing
he wants.
his ear grew back though, isn't it?
Oh, beautiful.
I think this guy's going to try and stay in there permanently.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
I get that.
yeah.
Yeah, I think
he
we're gonna
said
get
it.
90-year-old
He literally said, if you vote this time, it's the last time you have to do it. This was been
Fuck,
Well, that could
man.
be because we're all going to be dead in 3.5 years, though. To be fair,
Yeah, exactly, especially when he starts milking people to feed his bloated belly.
Yeah, so it really brings up the dystopian world we're all about to move in. Thank
Cheers.
God I have gin.
Yay.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, no,
If,
actually,
cheers.
dystopian,
There we go.
yeah,
if only
yeah,
I could dull the pain in some way.
I know. Well, yeah. So that was this month in drinking history. No, so
thank you,
Jay,
goodbye.
Can you give us this month? Can you top that? Let's see.
I've been asked that before. No, I can't top world destruction by an inflated fucking beanbag, but I can try and do some observational, kind of get the common man on board and say that we are still 10 days out from fucking payday for the people who get paid monthly. It has been a tough time. I am usually, you'll tell by my jacket if you're watching the video, I like a craft beer. I like spending about £7 on an 11% stout.
Love it.
You know, oh, absolutely. If it's named by a death metal band, you know I'm buying it.
He's having it.
Oh, I'm having it. But 10 days out, I am drinking fucking Glaswegian pish water because that's all I can afford. And because I love it. If you're listening, tenants, put me in your adverts. I'll say cunt in a funny way if you want.
Apparently, tenants translates into Gaelic as Scottish pish water. Apparently that is what it means.
But yeah, so it's 10 days out. I don't know how you guys earn your money. I know obviously some of us are general managers and stuff like that of wrestling industries and musicians and, you know, but I'm just a working guy, and I think 10 days out from payday and
Make this a classic, just like that.
that's how you do it. That's a vote for me.
Jay Lynch
The
here.
Common Man.
Come and see me at the Glasgow Comedy Festival. Feed the babies.
Feed the babies to the babies. But yeah, so I think I'm drinking because if I look at my bank balance, I feel like drinking.
It is the
So-
longest, darkest month of the year.
Aye, and
and
it's-
everyone's trying to do it sober.
Aye,
What
it
the
is.
fuck, guys?
Absolutely.
Alcohol should be on the NHS up here in January. You should be allowed to just claim it in.
Just a wee bit. Like
Just- everyone should hibernate. I genuinely think that. As an insomniac as well, that's really important to me. You kind of get to that point going, you know what, switch off. In
I don't
January.
like the idea of everyone hibernating and you're just wide awake running amok, to
Oh,
be
no,
honest.
I'm in my bed. I'm not getting out. It's too
Oh,
cold.
all right. Because I was
Oh,
about to
that's-
say, waking up in February 1st and going like,
What the
my
fuck?
mouth tastes like Ian's dick. Just walking around, wiping his cock lips on
Yeah, yeah.
mouths. I'm not into
No,
that.
man,
Not into that at all.
Do you know what? You know my disdain for touching people, so no.
All right, okay. Well, at least you put a glove in the end.
He's a gentleman.
My lips taste like rubber.
Okay, so turning men into sexual predators actually one
No,
of
no,
the
no,
reasons
that'll
for
be your
drinking this
job.
stuff. Oh, my
Just
job.
making sure we're all breathing.
Yeah, yeah.
Making sure I'm
Keep us on our toes.
with my cock. That's the no, no thank
Alright,
you.
listen. That
Right,
was
okay,
brought in
no.
1784.
This is the first round. No. So we'll move on. Craig, can you furnish us with this month's reason for drinking?
I think I work in a takeaway, and so I have to deal with like customers probably at their worst like the whole year round. But I think dry January's turned them all mental. There's a guy come up to the counter like a couple of days ago, and he was. I think he was on like a date or something. I think he was like trying to impress her because he like pure like big man walked up. Yeah, in the Mexican takeaway. Yeah. And he just went, I'm gonna leave, mate. But just I'm gonna give you a wee tip before I go. I'm gonna tell you why I'm leaving. I saw you spraying down all the boards that you used to make the food on. Yeah, with the food safe disinfectant. Yeah, I just don't have any chemicals in my body. I just don't. I don't keep any of that. Don't keep any of that stuff near me. I don't have any of that near my face, near my body. And then he went outside and vaped.
There's a fundamental misunderstanding what the word chemical is as well. That's fucking insane. Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't know how I'd deal if somebody actually said that to me and then went out and vaped. I think I would have like turned him into like a recorder from when he was a kid with his vape.
make him completely airtight.
Just rammed it right up his hole. Going like, there's no chemicals in this. This is totally safe.
Check this fucking. I've turned him into a kazoo.
I'd love if it was like vanilla flavored as well, because I'd be like, mate, don't look up how they've got artificial vanilla flavor in.
Oh yeah,
it's beaver's arseholes.
Is it?
Yeah. It's extract it from beaver's
Who was the
anal
person
glands.
that went for those glands with vanilla? You know, that's
That is
Or the
definitely
guy that
knowledge being the beginning of fear.
Yeah.
Really
the guy that came running into the meeting went, guys,
I've got this.
I had an idea.
So they're all valid reasons, right? So before we go to scores, some of the things you could have had that we have, every month there is National Drinking Days, which I fully sponsor. This month we have had National Hot Toddy Day on the 11th.
Nice.
Beer Can Appreciation Day, not Beer Appreciation Day, that is an entirely different thing, which I think qualifies with your cans of wine that you have going on with serial killers in the front. Do you think this is like this is the dystopian version of the sexy tenants cans we used to get in the past? That's kind of, and here's one. We have National Irish Coffee Day, and that's on the 25th. But you know what else is on the 25th? It's Burns Night. Stay in your fucking lane, Ireland. That's all I'm saying, right? Okay. Burns Night.
You guys having a Burns Night?
No, we have the Irish whiskey,
National
coffee.
Irish Coffee Day is on the 25th as well.
That sounds all right.
Well, it's coffee day, Burns night.
I see what you're saying.
Here you go.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Joint custody.
Joint custody, right? Okay.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
So we'll move. Eliott, so how are we doing?
Oh, all right. How are you, you curvaceous cream of crumpet?
I'm always enjoying the alliteration you try and crowbar into these, but I'm doing well, thank you very much.
Are you trying dry January?
No, I'm trying incredibly fucked up January.
Oh, my favourite. I've tried a bit of dry January. I've had about 400 bottles of sparkling red grape juice, but my speech has become a bit slurred.
Oh.
You're welcome.
That was all right.
You're welcome.
That's how you know a joke's good is everyone goes, no, that was good.
That's it, killer.
See if you did a gig in Waitrose, they'd fucking love that.
They love it in a minute.
And that is exactly where Eliott's doing his Glasgow Comedy Festival show.
Aisle 4.
Well, in my household, we have a saying, I love cooking with slur. Sometimes I even put it in the food.
Oh, no, please stop.
Never.
So the scores, please. How are we doing?
Well, I think we're doing quite well so far. I mean, I appreciate how Craig today has brought a drink that's somehow more memorable than he is. And fun enough, his Glasgow accent was somehow the best Trump accent so far tonight.
Don't have a Glasgow accent.
You're from there.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that Glasgow?
Which is where Trump's from. That's nothing.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. It was like
It was a bit Sylvester Stallone Trump.
Yeah.
Well, so I can't tell whether Jay is being deliriously poor or just exhibiting the true Irish spirits by taking one glance at Craig's wine at the beginning of the show and said, beer. And I appreciate his tribute to David Lynch, because Jay has got a head that could be in the razor.
It was very true.
But
A visual joke on an audio podcast.
yes. But
He's got a big fucking head.
Big head. It fixes mistakes.
great value for money. Great value for money.
Listen.
I should show a bit of English bias to giving Billy more points, because I think your cheers tonight, it was literally just a quote from The Night of My Inception. And I sympathise with the disdain over Trump. I feel it weird that people are accusing Trump of being transphobic. You know, he himself is employing an entire transition team, so I don't know that's all about. But I'm going to buy a soda stream myself, purely just to sprite him.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Hell yeah.
Oh, we're into round fruity, sweet or tart. That's when I read out the name of a cocktail or shot, and our panel have to discuss it and work out whether it is fruity, sweet or tart. So first up we have toilet water. Toilet water. Is it fruity, sweet, or tart?
I think it. Ooh.
Right, so we are allowed to ask questions.
Yeah,
What colour is it?
that's the first one we gotta get.
Blue.
Oh, okay.
See, the thing is, right, if you're wanting something that's toilet watery, right, and it's
Toilet
blue,
watery.
toilet watery, I just don't know. I guess you don't want to go. Oh, this is really tart. Oh, fucking hell! This is actually toilet water. Fuck you!
Well,
I'm gonna go.
There's nothing floating in it, I'm going to say, right? Just so you know.
Oh, you're not got a wee coconut.
There's flakes of chocolate.
A bit of some sweet corn, you know.
A Twix.
A full Mars bar.
Yeah, if you're calling it toilet water, you might as well go the whole hog.
It sounds like
we demand, we make our own.
it sounds like a Bloody Mary for a suicidal diabetic. Like that sounds amazing.
Remember, you can't ask questions.
When is it from? When?
When it's actually quite a modern cocktail.
Tuesday.
Tuesday, aye. I made it in the bar. No,
I made it in the bath.
I made it in the bath. No, I went out the system. No, it literally quite a modern cocktail, probably in the last 5 years.
Is it a popular shouldn't drink or something? I know that sounds like an odd thing.
No, that would be a skibbity toilet water.
Oh no!
So
Right. We're having no references beyond 2023. All right.
Yeah.
It's just going to cause confusion.
I'm just trying to get ahead of the curve
Can
so we
I-
can maybe like advertise for.
We've already
the
fucked our slur, remember?
Slur.
Lost all the mums.
Because of
Right. The best. I didn't say it was bad Glasgow piss water. Can we be clear? You know, some people. What glass?
The Irish as a racial slur.
That's good stuff.
That's
Like
good.
they would fucking love that on the news quiz or some shit like that. That comes out of Andy Zaltzman. There'd be someone whacking
Yeah,
himself
me.
into a froth.
Des is like, yeah, and that's what they call a Irish slur.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yes. Oh, marvelous. That's another caravan bot.
So what is it? What kind of glass is it in? Would you
It's
say?
actually in a bell jar. You know the ones with the top things. It's quite a wanky cocktail for such a shitty name.
Ironic. Well,
Does it have any fruit in it?
what kind of
Some
answers
of the
the
questions I can't answer.
Yeah, bollocks.
Yes, and they're all very tart.
I'll give you
What booze is in it then?
vodka, which
All right.
tastes of fuck all, apart from
Yeah.
regrets.
Can we take a guess? Can I lock in a
Wait,
guess?
what advances with a guess?
Out of interest, I'm just going to say tart
Okay.
because I think
Even though
sweet
you
would
talked
just be.
yourself out of it.
Well, it's the idea. It's like, fuck it. If you're knocking back sweet cocktails of toilet water all night,
Yeah.
you're impressing fucking no. If you're on a date, your
You're not
date
ordering
is.
that, you're going, I'll
Yeah.
have a bowl of toilet water.
I'll have
please."
2 bowls of toilet water here as your date sews themselves shut. So
Right.
I'm alright, man.
You're
I'm
not
gonna go with
you're
tart.
not ordering it in Berlin.
Jay?
I'm gonna say sweet. I think you got your kind of curacao. You got your kind of blue Hawaiian vibe. It's just gonna have something that's gonna be manky in it. So I'm gonna say sweet.
Sweet. So we've got a tart, a sweet, and Craig,
I'm gonna say tart because it sounds like fart.
which is probably the most highbrow reason we've had on this podcast. So
Hell
far.
yeah.
They'd love that in the news quiz.
Oh,
So,
they would.
aye, I can tell you that toilet water is in fact fruity.
Oh.
Fruity is 2 litres of 7-Up, 700 milligrams of good vodka. They actually state good vodka in it. It
Okay.
can be things.
As opposed to.
355 mixed berry blue Powerade.
All right.
And half an ounce of Cointreau. It is a fucking heavy ass drink.
I'd
So
say
this is gonna be a US drink,
So
surely.
it's a
Yeah,
US drink.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
made in like a big jar, and
Sure.
then they put it in smaller jars for you to drink.
Why would you call it fucking toilet water then?
it's
Call
blue.
it Neptune's Delight.
No, because I know I think they're trying
that sounds
to be,
more decrepit. I think.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think
Actually,
they're trying to make it like ironically bad. That was
Yeah.
it. So
It's, that's,
Oh, they've
that's
succeeded.
That's a bartender who didn't want to fucking make that drink.
yeah. He's like,
Two
okay,
litres
so
of
Yeah, they call it jizz scone. You can have one of those.
I've
Fucking
got that in my head now. the
cum
fucking
bovril. You can have a cup of that if you want.
Jizz scan, baby. Jizz scan. That song fucked. Right, okay, we'll move on to the next one. We have monkey coffee. That is
Oh.
monkey coffee.
Monkey doesn't wear any pants.
Is that fruity, sweet, or tart?
Oh, okay.
Is
this any reference to the Irish coffee from the previous round? Is there a little hint there?
No.
No. Okay.
It's,
Can you tell us the country of origin?
No.
No, bollocks, worth a go.
I
Tell
think
me a
that's
country that's next to the country.
Antarctica.
Oh, right. Okay, that makes sense.
Technically, Antarctica's next to everywhere.
country.
Yeah.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Look, I'm here to dumb it down for the thick cunts that listen to this.
No, I genuinely meant thanks for pointing out.
Does it have coffee in it?
It does not have coffee in it.
Because I thought it might have been, because there's those coffee beans that are like all the rich people want, and it's like the monkeys eat them and then they shit them out, and it's meant to make them better.
Well, it's
Nice. Is that
monkeys.
like
I didn't know
monkey
if it-
caviar?
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was it monkey. Is he sure it's monkeys?
There's different ones
There's
because
monkeys and there's cats. There's two different
There's-
ones.
yeah.
Cats one. I did
There's
the
more
cats.
animals than that, Ian. That's not fair.
No, there's the ones that shit out. What happens is they eat the coffee
No
beans
way.
and then it ferments in the system.
Yeah.
And then when you shit them out, they make a better coffee.
I do that with Bud's
They-
Eye potato waffles
allegedly.
and people from
No, they
Fife.
do. They genuinely they make that coffee. They are true things.
Well, hang on. So there's no coffee in it, and it's got monkey in the name. Are you sure this
Yeah.
drink isn't just an NFT image?
No.
Can I ask? So just to try and guess some of the flavors, does it have any flavors that a monkey would like?
I did not take a poll of monkeys prefer.
No, but let's play. No monkeys are listening to this. Play stereotypes. It's fine.
There is no bananas. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you for answering the question.
Can you tell us the colour?
It would be white with a kind of brown topping.
Okay, so like a reverse Guinness.
So like the anti-Guinness.
Like the anti-Guinness. No offense.
I think it's called Thatcher's.
That's the name of your auntie.
The person of Thatcher.
Thatcher's the cider, but it's a play on words.
Hey,
Ian.
Do you have the name of who invented it? No, it sounds like an
I
odd
do
place.
not know.
All
Can
right.
you use it in a sentence?
This monkey is coffee is fucking banging.
Oh, right.
Oh, so
Let me ask you a question. Would you like this?
It's got alcohol in it, so yes.
All right. That's interesting.
is it?
Because he can be a fussy pup when he wants to.
I don't know. Ask what glasses
I,
again.
I like a cocktail. I mean, an elegant.
You do like a cocktail?
Right. So hold on.
An
If you,
elegant
if,
fucking alcohol delivery system.
Yeah.
Is
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Does it have it? Does it have garnishes?
It's topped with milk, skimmed milk.
That sounds heavenly.
if you would like it, it's probably not got any fruit or veg in it.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna rule
Also
out
has
fruity for
daddy
me.
issues.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
fruit for grape.
Ah, man, I am going to go with sweet.
Okay.
I'm going to go with sweet.
I'm gonna say it's the creamy side of sweet. I don't think it's fruity. I think it's sweet.
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 And
I'm gonna guy who's answering C on all his exams. I'm gonna say tart because it also sounds like fart.
Monkey's fart.
Monkey coffee
Monkeys do that.
is in fact sweet.
Oh, wow.
It is chocolate syrup, 50 milliliters of cake vodka. I have no fucking idea what that means.
Cake vodka?
Cake vodka, no idea. Apparently, they were very specific.
That's fucking
Um,
American if I've ever heard.
Yeah.
50 mils of Bailey's Irish cream, 50 mils of amaretto, topped with skimmed milk, mixed with chocolate syrup.
Can I just say that a monkey would fucking love that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That actually, I mean, I don't even drink it. That actually sounds quite nice.
Yeah, it
Wait,
sounds good.
what species of monkey? particularly?
I'm gonna go for a cheeky one.
A cheeky monkey.
Yeah.
The
Final-
best type.
Finally, justice for the cheeky monkeys.
Let's
Who are
get
getting-
Representing the
Yeah,
cheeky
who are
monkey.
getting sick and tired of their race being used to describe
bold children.
old children.
It's
So,
like, stop taking me so seriously, you know?
moving on. Alligator sperm.
Oh,
That is alligator sperm. This is in fact a shot.
Yeah, you wouldn't want a pint of it, like.
No, well, fuck, I wouldn't mind drinking from the tap.
Depends how big the
Right,
ga- alligator is.
a pint of sperm there, please. Thanks a
a
million.
fucking gator gobble is going to be a hard one.
Yeah.
that's probably the fucking drink you have after this. Or before it. Sorry, before it. It's an aperitif.
Is this how Steve
the
Irwin
aperitif
really
drink.
died?
Oh, mate.
I'll have a pint of gator gobble with an alligator sperm in the side.
Look at the
thanks, mate.
sperm, mate. Can't stop drinking it.
They just blamed it on the stingray.
He was drinking it with the stingray and it was going to
Sucking off an alligator to get a drink. Sorry.
Alligator sperm.
I bet
Fruity,
you.
sweet or tart.
I bet you this is a drink that guy who comes into my fucking work drinks.
I don't
Put
Yeah.
chemicals in my
chemicals in
bottom.
my body. Sucking off a fucking alligator
Yeah.
on the back.
It does.
That's natural.
It does sound like the kind of drink like a Millionaire Mindset podcast listener is
Yeah,
going to drink.
yeah.
Like if you
It's
drink,
pure
Yeah.
protein.
yeah, it's all sperm.
Yeah.
And they're an apex predator, so you can be too.
So, do we have a year? Do we know when it came out?
You know what? No.
No, you don't. Do you have one?
No.
All right, okay, that's fine. It's, the reason is this. The reason is this. But just in case you're wondering, is cocktails didn't seem to be like a thing by the masses until like the 90s, really.
Absolute crap.
And
that's
well, let me finish. Let me finish. Certainly in places like student unions and stuff like that, and then it goes generationally. It kind of
Sure.
picks up, right? So people start making their own, and we get funky names. That's the only reason I'm asking.
Oh, no,
Because you
funky
see, if it was like the 90s, I
I
would
get
go,
it.
it's a student thing.
The funky names things, yes, I'll give you, but cocktails have been about.
No, I know
like,
that. I know that. So here's the thing, right? People think alligators are probably going to do green jizz. There's no two ways about it, right? They're probably going to
It's
think.
got, it does
Hey,
have,
Shrek,
it does
you probably
have,
You know,
think
everybody-
Shrek's jizz is a bit
it
green.
is a minty kind of whitey green thing. So
Ah, fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. In that
That's why
case,
we
You
got-
need a
got
green. You need a
boys.
green.
I'm
yeah.
gonna say sweet then, because I think this is alligator jizz is gonna taste like
it's
Mentos
alligator sperm.
or
Alligator
mi-
jizz is an entirely
yeah,
different
or mint Viscount.
Oh man.
Fucking hell.
I think more people would have pet alligators if that was the case.
Okay, so you're going for.
Oh, what did I say? Sweet. I think I said sweet.
I'm playing the odds. We've not had a tart, but I don't know how a crocodile sperm would. Is it alligator sperm?
Is alligator
Oh, that's
sperm.
totally different. I'm gonna say I think it's creme de menthe and something mental. That's my
It is
guess.
not creme de menthe.
Oh fuck! Well,
Anasturi bitters or something like that. Is that what they call
Nope.
I'm gonna go tart, even though it's definitely not. I'm just placing my bets.
Okay, right, and
In my head, all the evidence points to sweet, but I'm going to say tart. 'Cause it sounds like fire.
it? Love it. Gold.
a little callback there from the Craiginator. And that's the reason.
A joke's funny as long as you do it 3 times.
What would be really weird if he edited out the other 2 times?
I'm like, oh, what was I thinking?
I can let you know that alligator sperm is in fact fruity.
Oh.
It's
Oh.
a fruity shot. It is consisted of Maduri lemon liqueur, pineapple juice,
Maduri, that's
and finished off with a teaspoon of cream.
I think
Finished off.
Yeah.
I think I got a little tied up at how alligator jizz actually tastes, which I imagine is quite sweet.
We have a Puritan here in the room.
The
Yeah.
secret fourth answer wrong?
So next up we have Twisted Stripper.
Wow.
Sounds like a 70s band, but we're going for that. Twisted Stripper. I will let you
I
know-
want a drink.
Hey, you should have Motley Crue on in the
What a-
background. Right,
Yeah,
there is
absolutely.
a fuck ton of alcohol in this one.
Oh,
Right,
there's no
okay.
doubt about it. She's twisted.
I was thinking more like it's going to like take
Or he.
the wallpaper off.
Yeah.
Stripper of the wall.
the sweetest man in Glasgow.
Yeah, sorry guys. My dick doesn't work.
Do you have a country of origin at all?
It's American.
You
Right,
know.
okay, that's cool. That makes sense then.
How many different things are in it?
Oh, that's a good question.
13 ingredients.
I'm going
Jesus.
tart.
That's hard.
I've got if there's a lot of booze.
And I
I,
guess
You're not gonna
it's-
taste
Let's not
anything
sex
with
shame,
that.
but like she's a tart.
Yeah.
You know, that's uncalled
I
for.
think this is the type of drink you're getting served on from dusk till dawn. If you go on the
Yeah.
Twister,
This is the kind of
give us
thing-
a twisted strip. Yeah, bloof, knock it down.
Served with her foot in it.
Yeah, and Danny out of Danny Trejo's also.
That's just tastes like alligator cum all over again. Yeah, I think I'm gonna say that's certainly the drink that's designed to hurt people. You know, like that's like the what's the wildest cocktail you can make? It's a twisted stripper, and it just comes out and it's got like a little bit of steam coming off of it, and it just says, "Don't do it" when you put it near your mouth. I'm gonna say it's tart. That's my guess. I think it's a good shout.
Yeah, it sounds like a drink. If like you set it on fire, you would have to get a new bar.
It's called the insurance job.
Yeah, we couldn't. They love this new drink that we invented, and the ceiling was always fucked. Do you know what? They've all said tart, so I'm gonna change it up and say tart.
Why is that,
Because
Craig?
there's no way it can taste sweet.
I can let you know that the Twisted Stripper is in fact fruity.
Oh.
Right, here is some of the ingredients in
13
it.
fruits.
Yeah, Canadian whiskey, tequila, 151 proof rum, yes. Vodka, raspberry liqueur, coconut rum, triple sec, sweet and sour mix, Sprite, pineapple juice, grenadine, and with a wedge of lemon.
and a banana fritter.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
That is wild.
So yeah, that's fucked up. Right, so Eliott, how we doing? How's the scores so far?
I'll be delighted to tell you, spitting image of a knackered puffin.
That might be my favourite so far.
I'm putting that on my poster this year.
A
Spitting image of a knackered puffin.
Well, unfortunately, that round, only Billy and Jay take away points, with Craig with nil points, but you should have said sweet, because it sounds like teat.
I'm not horny like you, Elliot.
You wish.
So we're going to party heroes or drunken zeros. This is where we ask the panel who they definitely would party with throughout all history and who they definitely would not want to drink with. So we'll start with Billy.
Right, who I wouldn't want to drink with.
Well, who you would definitely want to drink with first.
Right, okay. Do you know something? I've always thought it would be a right good laugh, and this will be the first time ever, the right good laugh going out with, makes me sound kind of mental, but here it goes. You know Big Bird from Sesame Street? I think that's going to be a hell of a night. And let me explain why.
Okay.
Because first of all, getting away from the fact it's a giant guy in a suit, right? Regardless of that.
Oh, you mean in real life, not the fictional character?
bigger
You mean
Oh no,
female,
I'm
right?
getting away from that. I want to go out with the giant bird, simply because first of all, maybe we can have a wee fly around and stuff like that. And I've been,
Big Bird can't fly.
Aye.
I'd say, well, exactly. I didn't say we were going to fly about on them,
That's fair.
because Falcor from Neverending Stories coming in the night out as well.
Oh, we forgot to mention that Billy hit his head before we started this episode.
So, and the simple reason is like, what? Spending a night with someone that you know full well is not at any point suddenly going to turn into a drunken wank. At any point, how
I take that a
reinforce?
little fucking personally, but
Wouldn't
that's
go out with Oscar, the Grouch, because he's going to be a fucking nightmare. You know he's going to start going on about his failed marriage and not being allowed to see his kids, right?
A guy who
fucking
starts.
count wouldn't shut up about how many shots he'd had for fuck's
Exactly.
sake. Like, one shot.
Elmo is going to be all over you,
Oh yeah.
right? After a couple of drinks and an alligator sperm is going to be touchy feely.
Do you want?
Was he not
Do you
in
want to know
court?
why they call
Was he
me?
not in court
Tickle
about
me,
that very?
Yeah.
Was he not in court about that very thing?
The previous voiceover artist was. So new Gen Elmo, listen, all I've got to say is the poor guy was innocent, but the puppet was guilty as fuck. That's the worst. And I'm going to get all that goss from Big Bird, right? I'm going to get all that goss from Big Bird. I just think that's going to be a great night out.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
good.
think
No,
that's gonna
I'm
be a
loving
great night
that.
out.
So we'll ask Jay, who were your definite drinking buddies?
It was tricky, man. I had a quick think about like what do you wanted from like the perfect drinking buddy, and I think Billy's point of like someone who's not going to be like a nasty drunk's good, but I think I'm looking for someone who's got like the ultimate joie de vivre, that like they just see a moment and want joy. So I've chosen that guy from Pompeii who died wanking. You know that guy? He looked out.
He's the first
Yeah.
version. I'm going, fuck it,
He's
I'm dying.
fucking
might as well crack one
smiling.
out.
he's literally got a smile on his face and his hand on his junk. He looked out the window and saw lava and ash and went,
I ain't outrunning that.
And mistimed it horribly.
and like he did it like he'd have been consumed in the lava and he was still at it. And I think that shows like it's perverted, sure, ultimate sadomasochist, but like I think he'd be a laugh, and I don't like he would really like, you know, an Irish coffee or a twisted stripper, whatever, you know.
Cream in it,
Yeah, well, one way or another.
He's definitely line up to get fucking alligator sperm from the tap.
Oh,
that guy,
absolutely.
anyway.
And I'd love to see him like just enjoy. Obviously, you know, getting burned to death.
Well, to be
it's
quite
bad.
honest, he was killed by suffocation from the ash.
Oh,
He
he'd be
wasn't-
well into that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's
I
turned
didn't know
into
I
a
picked
fuck-
Michael Hutchins.
Because he turned into a proper strangle wank, so it's all good, man.
That's the like inescapable strangle wank. Yeah, what a man. So yeah, him. I think, or her. It's definitely him, because no woman's doing that. Like, is that no? Yeah. So you know. So yeah, that guy.
Oh yeah, definitely great. So Craig, who's your party hero?
David Arquette.
Wow.
Wow.
David Arquette. He was in Scream.
Well, you can't cancel him apparently.
Can you not?
No, they made a movie of you can't cancel David
You
Arquette.
can't kill.
Oh, they can't kill.
Can't kill.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'll fucking know that we can cancel him right now.
So you can't kill David
Craig's
Arquette,
gonna
you
release a
definitely
Me
cancel
Too.
him, right.
I mean, killing is kind of cancelling, isn't it?
Yeah,
From life.
Kind of permanently.
Yeah.
Ask Plato.
Yeah, so he was in about fucking 12 Scream films. He was in the movie Ready to Rumble.
Good movie.
About no, I mean you're being nice. It's not a good movie. But it's about.
It's kind of fun.
It's
alright.
it's fun. It's not good.
He
It's
committed
fun.
to the bit. He did the wrestling.
Yeah.
He did that.
Yeah, like so he did. He was in the Ready to Rumble about wrestling. They got him into WCW to promote it, and the guys, the fucking coke-filled writers in like the year 2000 thought, let's give him the world title. And
No, he earned it.
He accidentally won the world title. A thing that he said backstage, I don't want to fucking win this. And they went, tough, you're winning it.
And this is the guy you want to drink with.
Yeah, because about 20 years later, he went, fuck it. I'm like, what is he, like 50? And
I
he's,
think he's older than that.
I think he's older than 50, surely, yeah.
And he was like, I'm going to train to be an actual pro wrestler. And he not only became a pro wrestler, became a fucking hardcore wrestler. So he's doing bumps out, like he's jumping off of fucking ropes onto thumbtacks and glass and shit.
I can see.
That rules.
Yeah. I can't see that guy sharing cans of Chardonnay, though. You know what I
Nah.
mean? He's eating nails.
Well, I think we would have the Chardonnay, but it would be out of like a broken light bulb.
Yeah.
With the filament still in it.
Yeah.
You know, oh, that's a good one, Phil. So we'll move on to Drunken Zeros. Who's the guys you definitely would not want to drink with? Jay, we'll start with you.
Conflicted, man. So I sat down, had a real think. If you'd asked me this a couple of years ago, it'd have been Charles Bukowski, I did my master's on him, and I was obsessed with him, which isn't a good. He's a misogynist alcoholic. But for a long time, he's
50% all right.
yeah, no. He's at the quintessential Barfly, like the movie Barfly's based on him and all that. He was like this, like the ultimate drinker, and for a long time you read his books, you go, oh, like he didn't give a fuck. Yeah, he'd be a great guy to party with. And then like, you hit your 30s and go, he used to drink the slops for fun, you know. And it's like, actually, it's like seeing you never meet your heroes, I guess. So that's why I didn't pick Jerry Adams.
It's like Hunter S. Thomas as well.
It's a
sounds great on paper.
very
but,
same
yeah.
energy that like actually I think I'd love to have a beer with Bukowski in a dive bar sometime, and then like he's stabbing me in the kidney to sell it to someone, you know, like yeah. So I'm gonna say Charles Bukowski because my adolescent dreams died when I realised he's a scary, awful man.
Okay, so Billy.
I had a little think about this while you were talking, and I thought, you know, the person I really don't want to go on a drink with, fucking me. Right, let me explain why. Because first of all, I could turn on you in a moment's notice, right, that you would not even see coming, and it made me immediately think about that. I've got that Beetlejuice energy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm nice, but then out of nowhere, bang, right in your tits. I don't drink. I can easily get pissed off. I can easily be a sweet. I just think I'm a hand grenade of a person. I think, honestly, I do not
It's
think
one of your endearing qualities. that you
I do
have.
not think I would like to go out for a night out drink. Also, I don't fucking drink.
No, I love the fact you don't drink. We're really good mates.
And I don't judge people because they drink either.
Would you?
Which again kind of annoys me.
You don't even have the moral
Yeah,
superiority.
I could stay in my lane, but I choose not to. Fucking pick one, you prick.
I'm a bit worried for Big Bird now, if I'm being honest, that you're going to kick Big Bird's cunt in.
Well, do you know, all I've got to say is if it's me, Billy, and Big Bird, fucking, I'm not going.
If it's me, and Big Bird, I'm not.
Yeah,
going.
fuck that. I'll put them not maybe on the Facebook
And
stuff.
then no
Wait,
show.
Oh, we know what maybe means.
exactly. I'm not fucking going. Fuck
It's
that
not
guy.
bad. So Craig, who's your definite no drinking partner?
I think I'd hate to drink with the guy who invented the wheel.
Arrogant motherfucker.
Because he just fucking go on about it the whole time.
Yeah.
Do you know what? We all fucking know. That's how we got here. Fuck's sake. That's how we're getting home because laws haven't been invented yet.
Okay. So Eliott,
So we're getting home.
we're all gonna
Yeah. Shout out to Wheels.
shout out to Wheels. Wheels. No.
No.
Not the guy that, you know, art from the artist, man. Come on.
Eliott, how are we doing in the scores?
Well, I should love to furnish you, you monumental minge magnet.
These are all quite nice
Yeah.
today.
I know, I'm proud of them tonight. Once again, Billy's really scoring well with me. He's really appealing to my better English bias by indulging in self-loathing. So, for that, he gets a lot of points. Also, I think it's right appropriate that he wants to hang out with a Muppet. He strikes me as the kind of guy who likes having his head up someone's ass. Continuing onwards, I think to Jay, I was quite an inspired choice. I think I'll say the same thing to Jay as I'll say. I think we all would like to say to that guy from Pompeii, thanks for coming. And finally, I appreciate how Billy had a very inspired choice of Muppets. Jay, unsung hero of history. I appreciate how Craig just went, here's a guy from some things I like. So for that, he's going to get 0 points.
So we're moving on to the Alco Facts of History. This is a bit more like a pub quiz. I'm going to ask the contestants some questions. What was games? I'm going to ask them questions. They are going to then, to answer, they are going to pull up their drink glasses and shout out the cheers they formerly mentioned.
The whole thing?
The whole thing. Well, you get to make yours a little shorter.
Okay,
but
that's
also,
fair enough.
points will be awarded if you get the correct answer, but also if you answer with the confidence of a drunk. So, first question. The Munich Beer Festival is held in which month?
Street.
Jay Lynch.
I'm going to tell you about a time.
I said the confidence of the
Oh, sure, Jesus. It was before November. When was it now? September? No. I remember because
Gonna have to hurry now.
I remember John had a jumper on. It was October. It was
This isn't confidence.
it was October.
It was October. Are we going to go with October? It is in fact October.
Can I just say that is Irish confidence for the record?
I've never felt more alive.
Oktoberfest actually began in 1810 as a celebration of marriage between the Crown Prince Ludwig and Princess Teresa of Saxony. It originally wasn't a beer festival. Ooh, so then you go. The drinkers have taken it and made it their own.
Imagine marrying Harry Potter's owl.
Yeah. What was it? Macaroni and cheese festival?
No,
What
it was a festival all about their wedding.
That's it.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that was it.
fucking.
I'm
not bringing a present.
So for the Munich Beer Festival only serves beer that's served in Munich. So there's another thing you might know about.
Yeah, fun fact.
Which, you could probably get them in demarcation or something like that. Just well, that's just discriminatory, isn't it?
Love it.
No relics down just opposite Ashton Lane where the Hanoi bike shop is. There's a wee knick-knack shop down there. They've got a bottle of beer that was brewed in it's the original bottle from Diana and Charles's wedding. It's like £4 and I've always wanted to buy it and see if we pour it into fire, would she come back?
Holy shit. That was a plot line of a movie we must make.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to say this. I'm going to go out and think I don't think we'll get funding for that one.
No. British Council.
£4?
It's mad. It's
The
like, no,
funding, yeah. I know. So judging by BBC Shorts, that's probably more than you get.
We'll get the funding. Get Rangers on the phone.
So,
I
here's the
don't,
thing,
I don't
though.
get that, but
What you like about the Munich Beer Festival and the fact that it's been over 200 years of this festival, it's only been cancelled 24 times.
Because everyone got pushed the night before.
And the only times it's been cancelled
The
is
war.
either because of war, it was
Right.
one of them, and outbreaks of disease. That is the only times. So you're not stopping the Munichs from drinking, and I'm liking that.
Good for them.
So
I think Glasgow would only stop for war.
I don't even think we can stop the war. We'll
We'll have to have a pint.
you fucker. You know what I mean? Right, so anyway, we'll move on. So, can you answer? Name the oldest alcoholic beverage known.
Really, Marjorie?
Billy Kirkwood.
348, and if you dare try and insinuate that that's not the exact number, then you and I shall indulge in fisticuffs, my good friend, and I can tell you, I was quite the boxer back in the day. In fact, I remember once a young Muhammad Ali, or Andy McMillan as he was known at the time, came into the brothel where I swept up the jizz, and he said, I'll box your ears, and then I gave him a right good leathering. So that's how I know the exact date.
I love the fact that that's not what I asked as well. So the actual question is, can you name the oldest alcohol beverage known?
But his father invented it, so yes.
And it is.
Well, that's not the question you asked. You said, could I name it? That's a different round altogether. Can't give away state secrets like that.
we can never get you real drunk.
No, God, no. I have heard.
It was
stories.
called a Tinker's Pocket.
Does anyone want to try and name the oldest alcoholic beverage?
Shreech? Can you give me to
I
go?
can't listen. You've not done the thing.
Do you want to go? Craig?
Anyone want to go? You still?
Shishu Pasharek is back.
You need to raise your glass. Right. Okay.
Really, Marjorie?
Billy Kirkwood again.
I believe it was called A Zebra's Nightmare.
No, that's the alligators. Come again.
He wakes up and he's got fucking no stripes.
So, who wants to name the oldest alcoholic beverage known to man?
Did you put his back?
Craig Wilson.
Beer.
Okay, we have had a correct. Oh, well, we haven't. Sorry, it's a wrong answer.
Sure.
Jay Lynch.
I'm gonna go for mead for the laugh.
Mead, we have a correct answer.
Shout out to honeybees.
No, mead is the oldest known alcohol to exist. It is made as an alcoholic beverage. I
love
need
a
to
bit
make
of
that
mead.
clear.
Oh, it's nice.
Mead exists in its own distinct category. It's often referred to as a honey wine, but this isn't true because it's not entirely accurate. It's made with honey, water, and yeast. Long been rumoured to be an aphrodisiac. It was often served during wedding ceremonies to get the couple in a little bit of a horny mood. And there's also some historians have said is the actual origin of the term honeymoon.
Oh, I love that. That's good. I like that factoid if it's real.
That's a bone of
I also
contention. It's one of the ones.
it might be an aphrodisiac. At one stage, it was the only alcohol in existence in the world. Of course, it was an aphrodisiac.
Well, the
Everyone
thing
was
about it
having
is,
2
the
pints
thing-
of mead and
The
fucking.
thing is, they think it's the oldest alcohol ever made because you can accidentally make it. If you leave honey in the sun, it can turn into mead.
Right. Okay.
I heard that we called it honeymoon because we stole the concept of marriage from bees.
Yes, that's exactly what happened, Billy. So next
They were
round.
raging
Next
about
question.
Livid.
Can you name 2 countries you can order a beer in McDonald's?
He's back.
It's Craig Wilson.
France and Italy.
Ding, 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 ding. Yes.
I know that from The Simpsons.
You got some other ones? There's got to be some other ones.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's
Spain.
Yep. Sweden, Switzerland, Netherlands, France, Austria, Belgium, Germany, Spain, Italy, Lithuania,
So-
South Korea, Greece, Portugal, Austria, Serbia, and the Czech Republic.
Just not here.
Yeah.
Just- no, there's loads
It's
of
every country you can
There's
trust to drink.
365 odd countries. No, this is that's only 24. Right.
I'd have thought Japan for
No,
some reason.
Have they not?
Weirdly, the first Asian. The first
Ever?
Asian country you can actually order a beer in was only 1996, and that was South Korea.
Oh,
That
fair
was
play to the boys.
So the only part of Asia you can order a beer in McDonald's is.
Shout out to honeybees.
It's in South Korea. But the first McDonald's opened in Zaandam, which is actually near Amsterdam. And it's the first beer was also believed to be served. But not even McDonald's knows if that's true.
Right.
Get your fucking act together, McDonald's.
I know, you think a
Ask somebody.
No, there's no information on
fucking
it.
family restaurant, you know?
Stop making the McRib. Fucking get your finger out.
Get the McBeers
McRib's
on.
horrible.
No, it's
Spam with onion. What the fuck, man?
Who is the Greek god of wine?
Really bad today.
Billy Kirkwood.
I believe it is cheddar.
Sorry.
Thank you very much for the points. Very happy with that.
No, I'm loving it. I'm loving the confidence in that one. Cheddar, the Greek god of wine. No, it's not wine with an H.
Oh, I see. I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Reach.
Jay Lynch.
I tell you one time how long. Jesus, I was with my father one time. Now my father's teetotal now, a pioneer, and I tell you, you'd love my father.
How come I think you're trying to
He's
sell me a
long
cake?
dead. But I'll tarmac your road as well if you're lucky. You know what I mean? I mean sex. But sure, anyway, as I was saying before that I'll sing a song in a minute. Calm down. Anyway, as I was saying, I think the Greek god. I was out one night and he was there. And he was on the vodka soda limes, and I said, Jesus Christ, of all people to be on the fucking vodka soda limes, it wouldn't be the man, patron saint of fucking wine. So I think I asked him for a Snickers, and he said, no, I'm Mars.
It's not Mars. But it was not a bad.
Fuck off.
That was good.
I enjoyed that. I also enjoyed how in the middle of it he got called to the stage for the karaoke. Jay Lynch to the stage!
I'll sing a song in a minute.
I
Right.
sing both parts of Island in the Stream.
Eyelids. God, sing it!
So, who is the Greek god of wine?
Are Greeks the planets or the names? Can you give me that clue?
Romans are the planets.
Right, thank you. So I fucked it there, didn't I?
So I'll let this one go. It's the Greek god of wine is actually Dionysus.
Oh, he was like a cousin of Stegosaurus.
Yes, that's right. It was actually a dinosaur. No, Dionysus, an immortal god, had special powers of making wine, casting vines to grow, and all that kind of stuff. The followers.
Is he Zeus's illegitimate son?
Wrong people. No, wrong
Yeah.
ones.
Oh, fuck.
Dionysus actually had followers called the Maenads, who were a bunch of women who enjoyed drinking. Maenads comes from the word meaning mad or demented, but personally I just think it sounds like a Geordie being kicked in the nuts.
Yeah.
Maenads!
I fucking enjoyed that.
Shout out to Joe Casey.
Enjoyed that. I was literally talking to a Geordie friend of mine this afternoon. That's a delight.
The word whiskey comes from the Scotch Gaelic Ishkiba, but what does it mean?
Sisu Pasarek is back.
Craig Wilson.
It means, why would you ski?
So the word whiskey comes from the Scots Gaelic, meaning Ishkiba. What does it mean?
Really, Marjorie?
Oh, Billy Kirkwood.
It's how to describe a rather posh cat.
I have questions.
Yes.
The word whiskey comes from the Scots Gaelic. Oh, we're going for Jay Lynch.
Tommy Ábailte Caintas Gaeilge agus Ishkabaha in as Gaeilge.
Gaelic?
Irish, Sasha Shinkart, is the water of good health.
Oh!
Or water of health.
It's close. It's actually literally translated from aquavita, meaning the water of life.
What did I say?
A
Health.
lot of good health.
Oh, sure, fucking, if you were playing a video game and it was life points or health points, you wouldn't be fucking fighting about it.
if he were your doctor, I'll give you good health. No. I want life or nothing.
mama!
All right, I'll give you good health for 3.5 minutes.
Billy Kirkwood's a drag queen for a doctor. Give me life! Slay! Don't slay.
The earliest written record of whiskey distillation is in Scotland is in 1494.
Wow.
You know, so and it appeared in an actually exchequer roll. So
Nice.
and they used aquavita, the Latin phrase, rather than the ishkiba.
What
Right,
animal
so,
did they pour that up?
But here's the thing: around 43 bottles of Scotch whiskey are exported every second. Right, that means
To
literally
ETC's house.
What was such a
all
such
to
a
my
poor country.
budget. No, so which is 260 bottles per minute, based on the 1.35 billion 70 cl bottles of whiskey exported in 2023
Fair play to you,
alone.
boys.
But yet every comedian that comes up with a whiskey-based touring show just merely fails. Moving on.
All by myself.
Oh, no, that's unfair. Daniel Downey's is good.
Daniel Downey's is
Yeah,
excellent.
his is
Daniel's
good.
fine. Go
Good.
see Daniel's.
You
is
broke
banging,
the
right.
seal, Danny.
He
Go
did,
on.
right. So scores, Eliott. How are we doing in that?
I shall delightfully furnish you the horny, hard-boiled, half-buttered bollock.
He's running.
And the streak ends.
Okay.
Hard, half-boiled bollock. I like that.
Yeah, I'm a fan of it. Well, I should say at this point, I'm having a bit of a crisis because I never actually grew up in England, so I'm starting to worry that Billy might actually be my dad.
There we go.
We know as well, for what he didn't make up for in Irish confidence, he made up for in Irish whimsy. Jay's taken a lot of points there. He would have got more points if he had said Aquavita rather than Aquafina.
Did I not get that fucking point?
You got several points.
I
but
spoke fluent Irish for you.
yeah,
The most drunken
Did you
language
though?
possible.
Did you?
Tommy Ábailte Caintas Gaeilge, shad.
Oh, of course you did.
Fuck, did you come in?
I thought that I had a fucking
Stroke?
Yes. I thought I had
Jay's doing that Jay Lynch thing again, or David Lynch. Sorry, cut that. Jason's doing that David Lynch thing again and talking
Can't
backwards.
say your real name on the fuck.
I'm in witness protection. I
David
think
Lynch.
David Lynch's dad.
Well, see, I understood all the vowels Jay said individually, but together, I had no idea. But that's it, a lot of whimsy, a lot of points for that. Craig, he was also there. But no, Billy, got nothing factually correct, as we've taken all the points for sheer confidence alone.
Totally fair.
So we move on to the final round, and it is finish the alcohol quotes. That's when I read out, or attempt to anyway, after the amount of gin I've had, a famous quote about alcohol, and our panel will then jump in and say, hopefully, a funnier ending. So let's move with, my wife and I are at the stage where we're starting to...
Question if our relationship is a hate crime, and if so, against who?
My wife and I are at the stage where we're starting to...
Mix our drinks with other neighbours' car keys.
My wife and I are at the stage where we're starting to...
Do traitors role play? You're a traitor. No, you're a traitor. Then we fuck under a giant jumper and a fringe.
My wife and I are at the stage where we're starting to... Craig?
Trianal. Look, it's dead. It's...
You don't have the ass for that.
It was funnier.
I would even know.
Yeah, he's the one getting pegged, though. Yeah. My wife and I are at the stage when we're starting to...
Masturbate backhand.
Tennis.
Don't worry, you're just wasting your time.
Like
Just-
pinky up.
Yeah,
kinda,
you're just slapping it around. Don't wasting your time.
My wife and I are at the stage when we're starting to... Eliott?
Finally cut up that body because the bidet is starting to smell.
My wife and I are at the stage when we're starting to...
Eat corn the long way.
Nice. Nice.
My wife and I are at the stage when we're starting to...
Have affairs with our sober selves.
Oh, wow.
My wife and I are at the stage we're starting to...
Play the kids off against each other, battle royale style. Their colours don't explode, but they're kids and they're dumb as fuck and they don't know.
My wife and I are at the stage where we're starting to...
Like that guy across the bar. We're like his vibe. We just buy him a drink in the hopes that we can both shag him.
My wife and I are at the stage when we're starting to...
Started bringing alligator into the bedroom. See what happens.
My wife and I are at the stage when we're starting to finish each other's drinks. That was Stu Francis. Then we had our children. That's when I realised.
I would always have a designated driver.
Then we had our children. Then I realised.
That's why my wife got really fat.
Fuck's sake.
Oh my god.
Then we had our children. Then I realised.
They're gonna love me at the Catholic Church.
Then we had our children. Then I realised.
We can't eat them if we have a poor harvest.
Then we had our children. Then I realised.
Karaoke was no longer my biggest drunken mistake.
Then we had our children. Then I realised.
My wife must be related to our next door neighbour because they look just like him.
How come everyone you say is just like beta mode? Okay,
I got one gear, baby.
Then we had our children. Then that's when I realised.
They have no internal monologue. One of them called my wife's tit mole a Cocoa Pop the other day, and I'm still laughing.
I think we're ending with that one. Then we had our children. That's when I realised I loved gin. That was Ryan Reynolds advertising the shit out of aviation gin. I love you too, but
The hard left in your penis keeps knocking the change out of my pocket.
do you want to have another go at that? Right?
Yeah, let's get that right.
Perfect.
No. Hey, I love you too, but
Stop kissing me, Judas.
I love you too, but
And my bottom loves you too.
Good. I love a butt joke. No, I love you too, but
Thumbing it in is ruining my nails. Very acidic. Very acidic.
Oh my
orifice. Yeah. Very acidic.
I love you too, but
I've already drank 10 of you today.
so I think we're done with that one. I love you too, but I told you to stay in the trunk. That's when it was Dolly Parton. When someone shouted out from "I love you" from it was a heckle essentially.
Oh, it's a pretty stock.
So I hate to advocate drugs, alcohol, violence, or insanity to anyone, but
They would have made cracking dwarf names if Disney had been brave enough. You got one like that as well? Oh, you fucking have!
Fucking dwarves. Cut that.
Let Jay do his. He's the guest. Let Jay do it.
I hate to advocate drugs, alcohol, violence, or insanity to anyone, but
Snow White will simply not work with the original dwarves.
hey! Leave all of that in. No, I hate to advocate drugs, alcohol, violence, or insanity to anyone, but...
Yum, yum, yum. Tasty, tasty.
I hate to advocate drugs, alcohol, violence, or insanity to anyone, but...
This new pope's a pussy.
He's been around for a while.
I hate to advocate drugs, alcohol, violence, or insanity to anyone, but...
As your wedding planner, I need you to have at least 2.
I hate to advocate drugs, alcohol, violence, or insanity to anyone, but...
Everyone needs a hobby.
We're going to call it that. I hate to advocate drugs, alcohol, violence, and insanity to anyone, but they've always worked for me. That's Hunter S. Tommins. Beer makes you feel the way you...
Imagine P. Diddy feels about baby oil.
And dildos. B makes you feel the way you...
Would feel if you were a giant meat jug filled with ox piss.
Fuck's sake, Billy. Beer makes you feel the way you...
Where when you were 14, because you still drink behind the leisure centre.
Oh, that's great.
Beer makes you feel the way you...
You feel when you staple your foreskin to a Ferris wheel.
Beer makes you feel the way you...
Need to pee before you know you need to pee.
Right, I think we'll end on that one. Beer makes the way you feel the way you ought to without beer. That's Henry Lawson. So, why don't you get out of that wet coat and...
Put on a wetter coat, you little H2O slut.
Oh, I know as well.
Everyone scores the fucking low-hanging fruit off that, right? No. Why don't you get out of that wet coat and...
Stop scaring all the fish in my koi pond.
Why don't you get out of that wet coat and...
Into the warm embrace of a vodka tonic.
Why don't you get out of that wet coat and...
Into this bag of Werther's Originals.
Why don't you get out of that wet coat and...
Fill up your anus with bubbles from the soda stream in the corner.
See, in my head I've got the whole fucking why don't you get out of the backseat, baby, and into my car with this one. So why don't you get out of that wet coat and...
Hide in the spice cupboard.
Why don't you get out of that wet coat and...
Dry in the landing.
Keep the big light off. No, why don't you get out of that wet coat and...
Stop pretending you're a hippo, Alan.
Okay, why don't you get out of that wet coat and into this dry martini? That was Robert Benchley. So that is us. We're done.
Hey!
Last call for alcohol.
So as Eliott tabulates the scores, we're going to give you a little time to try and think about the fucking disgraces you all are. So Eliott, can you furnish us with the scores? Who is the winner of this month drinking and alcohol?
I absolutely shall, you gorgeous pinnacle of masculine aesthetic with a face like a doomed horse. In what? Stop.
Don't worry, I fucked the name up of the podcast.
Yeah, you said the fucking podcast name wrong.
In line with the government's recommended daily intake of alcohol, our players are ranked out of 60 units. In last place is a curvaceous, crispy cracker, Craig Wilson with 32.
I thought I got none.
Whatever. In second place, it is our favourite idiosyncratic Irish icon. It is Jay, I forgot your last name, with 40 units.
Jay Lynch.
Jay Lynch, later. And first place, it is our favourite bombastic belligerent boozer, Billy Kirkwood of 49.
Fucking
Oh, the teetotaler wins again. We're going to have to address this code. So
I was really trying to lose.
that doesn't help everyone's self-confidence here.
No, but it's a fantastic advertisement for sobriety.
Yes. Well, fuck that guy. So, thanks very much for listening to This Month in Drinking History. Remember, this is just a bit of fun. Please always drink responsibly, and if you have any problems with alcohol, please go to the website drinkaware.co.uk. This podcast was sponsored by the Comedian Tattoo, and you can find out more about comedy events on the website goodtattoos.com/comedy.